Alright, 101ers, let's talk about some hardware. First, let's talk a little bit about the CPU. So CPU stands for Central Processing Unit. And basically what that means is it's a thing doing all the number crunching, doing all the hard thinking of the computer. So because we have the CPU, that's why we have 3 different kinds of memory access. See, the CPU is super fast, so we needed something that could store memory and give it to the CPU super fast as well. And that's why we have a cache. It's there to just hand off information, the instructions that the CPU needs to be able to perform its job really quickly. Next we have the RAM. RAM is built into your computer. It's a kind of mediator between the hard drive and the rest of your computer. And it's basically a faster way of accessing memory than the hard drive. Then we have the hard drive. The hard drive is like the meat of the memory of your computer. But because it has so much memory, that makes it really slow, which is why we have the RAM and the cache to help speed that process up, kind of like passing off a little bit at a time. I actually brought in a guest speaker for us today. The guest speaker is me, and I'll be talking to you about the importance of your hard drive. You see, this is my trusty steed of a computer, but it absolutely failed me twice one semester. Once during midterms and once during finals. And turns out the reason why is because of my hard drive. See, there's 2 different kinds of hard drives. There's solid state and spinning disk. Most hard drives today on the market have spinning disk drives, which means it's kind of like a record with a needle touching it to access the memory. And when you have your computer on while you're walking around, that needle is just kind of flopping around and hitting the disk while it's spinning, which can create tiny little scratches, which doesn't seem like much, but over time it builds up and it can completely corrupt your hard drive. So, if you've learned anything from this, back up your hard drive and turn your computer off while you're walking around campus. Basically, there's lots of different components that make up a computer, more so just the memory access. There's also things called like input and output devices. Just like right here, I have this wireless mouse. This is an input device, because I will never get anything out of this wireless mouse. But I can click it as much as I please, and it'll do things on my computer, and it's probably closing all of my web pages right now. My keyboard is another kind of input device. I can sit here and type on it, and it'll put stuff on the screen. Which leads me to my next point. The screen is an output device. I put things into the computer, and it outputs things on the screen here. See, it's this hardware that makes our computer work, but what good is it without stuff that it can do? That's where software comes in. Software are all the programs that our computer runs, like anything from our operating system all the way to Google Chrome. Luckily for you in this class, we're actually going to write our own programs and software to run on our computer, so you'll get to see the amazing power of your hardware.